Hi everybody, it's Ken Varga. Welcome to this thing. It's just astounding how at 74 years old, I'm doing a webinar. For the life of me, I just can't fathom that I'm doing this and what have you. And, you know, I've got a few things I want to tell you. Number one, I want all of you to make sure you have a pad and pen handy for notes, because I'm going to be giving you such valuable information that it's just going to help you create massive amounts of prospects. And I want you to also hold your questions off till the end. Answer your questions. And I'll tell you when you could, what to do at the end, how to ask questions. And, what I'm going to be going over with you right here now is, by the way, I just want to mention to you, for the pad and paper stuff, I'm going to be showing you different things that you're going to be able to do right now. But I do want you to try desperately to hold off, because you're going to get a link to this webinar so that you could replay it, so that you could write down again the information that you're missing as we go along, because you're not going to be writing as fast as we're going to be talking. So the key thing here is, don't stress out. Just, you're going to get a copy of the link to the recording, and it'll work for you. All right? Anyways, some of you haven't really heard of Meetup. I personally wish that there was something like this around when I initially started in the industry, because it would have made such a difference, because 99% of the industry is face-to-face contact. And I'm going to show you how to get appointments via Meetup. All right? So I'm going to show you how to get an appointment with up to 55% of the people that you communicate with, not only see physically, but also communicate with via a message. But some of you asked me about my bio and what am I all about, what happened. You could read this as I'm talking, but I personally am quite content and happy that I'm back doing something, because in 1999, all right, I sold my last business actually in 95, and I retired. And I just vegetated out for almost 10 years there. And I started realizing I was losing a creative ability that I was blessed with. That old saying, people, if you don't use it, you lose it. It is so, so true. So this just gives you a little bio of who I am and what I do. Anyway, you want to open your browser and type in the words www.meetup.com. Then you want to click, if you're not already a member, all right, if you're already a member, you want to click on log in. But if you're not a member of Meetup already, you want to click on the red sign up button to create a profile. Now, you could just type your name in, email, and password, and trust me when I say this, I never thought I'd have so many darn passwords in all my life. So you want to put this password somewhere where you're going to remember it, because you're going to, on a daily basis, go into this and work it. All right? Anyway, so you want to do it that way, and then you click on sign. You could also sign up through Facebook or Google. We just click on Facebook, but then it's going to ask you to create a profile, and this is what your profile is going to look like. It'll be prompted to add a picture, personal information, interests, social media links, and a little bit about yourself. And then what's going to happen is it's going to show this picture, and this picture now shows the different categories of groups that are in LinkedIn. They vary extensively. Automatically, Meetup puts you into the arts and career and business one. If you're not into arts, all you need to do is to deselect the check mark there and what have you. But what you want to do is, like, if you're a Christian and you belong to Christianity and all, you can check off beliefs. If you're into books, book clubs. If you have young children, you want to do family. If you're single, you want to do food and drink and social. I would also suggest health and wellness and sports and fitness, because a lot of individuals are really into that. But one of the most rewarding ones that I have found were pets. So if you have a pet, definitely join the pet one. And then you click on the next button on the bottom. And now this is what comes up for each category that you chose to be in. And what you want to do is to take a couple of minutes just to read these and put an X mark in a box that interests you, that you have an interest for. Like if you're into art, you click on art. If you're into drawing. Beliefs, Bible study, self-exploration, spiritual growth, Christian ministry, business, etc. So you're going to have this for each of the groups that you're going to be in. So you want to check the boxes that apply to you. All right, now, based on your interest, the Meetup is going to select groups for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a few Meetup groups. First thing you're going to do is click on a group. Then you're going to click on Add Me. All right. Now, another way that Meetup does it is if you see the next sign, like right over here on the top right that I have in red, all right, then you could do it this way that I'm going to show you. You just have to choose the plus sign in each of the groups. And at the end, just click on Next. And what I want you to do is to choose 30 groups to belong to. And you'll see my rationale and reasoning a little bit later. So you want to pick the groups there, and then you're going to create a profile for each group, by the way. And it's important to do this. You just type in your Facebook account if you want there. Simply check the box next to the social media link that you want to add. It could be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. Okay. Now you want to do is to click on the top left, the word Find. And it's going to now find a Meetup group for you. In this situation, I just have 3 groups here. So what you're going to do, the groups that you selected will appear as Meetups. Underneath that, where it says Suggested Meetups, these are groups you could add in the future if you want. So after creating your profile and pre-selecting groups, you could also find specific groups to join that would contain prospects within your niche. You want to click All Meetups search box. See where it says business and I got it circled? You could type business in there. For you, those of you who are female, you could type women in there. So, I mean, it gives you a wide variety of groups that you could choose from. So you want to also change, you want to make sure that you're within 50 miles of your town. Now, a lot of time if you moved and you were originally a member of Meetup, like yesterday I was on the phone with a young lady who was in, I think it was St. Louis, but anyway, but she still had the Oakland thing. So you click on the name of the town and the city and then type in your zip code and click on the town and it'll update it for you. But you always want to be within 50 miles, so you could change it. You could browse through different groups. And you just click on a group in which you're interested. So like I've circled, Business Networking for Success. This now will tell you the number of members here. And that's important because you don't want to join a group that only has 2 or 3 members. If the group looks like it has potential prospects, then you want to click Join Us on the top right. And then once you're done, click on Find a Meetup on the top left of all the Meetup groups you've joined. See right there, it's top left Meetup. So now that you've joined the groups containing your prospects, you could start communicating with members in those groups. Now I'm going to show you a methodology right now, all right, that's really going to show a potential profit for you that's extraordinary. And it's just everything I'm showing you right here today. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes a day to do. So there's no excuse for you not doing it. All right? So you want to click on Find a Meetup on the top left to find the groups that you've joined. Now you got the group. So I circled the Mammoth Ocean. So now you're going to click on the group that you belong. So I want you to write this down. When you're messaging members, you click on Find on the top left, and then click on the first group on which you belong. And make sure you're writing this down. You click on Members on the top of the page. See, I've got it circled. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on Date Joined. See, I've got it there. And then you want to click on the first new member's name. So now you're going to click on Rob. Okay, and under Rob's, this will show up, and under Rob's name is the word message. This is where you want to have click on message. Now, this is the welcome message I put together. So take a moment and write it down. It says, hi, whatever the person's name is. If it's John, it's hi, John. I would like to take a moment to welcome you as a fellow member of our Meetup group. On Meetup, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I will refer them to you. My personal email is, and you type your email in there, have a great day, type your first name and phone number. Now what you want to do is to type this message into a Word document. The reason for that is every day you're going to copy this message, because what I'm going to show you how to do, you're going to paste it. Now this message is good for the business Meetup groups. For the ones like hiking and dieting and spiritual and social, you want to just change this a little bit. So in the second paragraph, you want to delete, all right, in the second line, and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I will refer them to you. So you just want to leave in the second paragraph, on Meetup, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. So everybody got that? 5 more seconds, and I'll let you keep looking at it and write it down, because it is important for you to write it down. So the one strictly for social or non-business related, say, hi, John, I would like to take a moment to welcome you as a fellow member of our Meetup group. On Meetup, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself. My personal email is, your email, have a great day, and your name and phone number on the bottom. Okay, again, don't stress out, because you're going to get a link probably Friday, Saturday. You can go right through this webinar again, and then just stop and pause constantly on this. So this welcomes the new member to the Meetup group. What it does, nobody in Meetup does this. Nobody does. It builds rapport, and it sets you apart from the other members of the group. Again, it asks them for business ones what their ideal referral would be, so you could refer business to them. And it encourages reciprocity, and it opens up a dialogue for potential conversion into a referred partner or possible customer and a client. So it's important that you just seriously do this, and it's just going to take you less than 5 minutes a day. So when you click on message, this is what's going to show up. So right there, you're going to type in, "Hi, Rob," and below it, you're going to paste the welcome message. It really is that simple. And then you're going to click on send on the right-hand side. So again, then what you want to do is click on the find button on the top left. I don't want you to do, all right, more than one welcome message in each group. I want you to do a minimum of 10 welcome messages each day. And the reason I want you to join 30 groups is because you're going to find that some groups don't get new members every day. So therefore, you can't possibly send them a welcome message. So you just go to the next group, the next group. So you want to just send one a day out. And that's important. All right? You want to keep track of who you're sending the welcome messages to. Now, the reason I only want you to do one to each group is that Meetup's pretty tough. If you do excessive messaging, it could cause your account to be disabled. They don't even publish the daily limit, by the way. All right, I found that I was able to do up to 30. So therefore, all you want to do is 10 every day, which is important. Okay, so now you click on find. Once you mention member to move on to the next group, which is you click on find on the top left, and then that'll bring you to the next group. You click on Shore Speakers, and you just do the same thing. And like I said, it's going to take you less than 5 minutes a day to do this. All right? Now, the next step, by the way, is to attend actual Meetup meeting. You try to attend at least one Meetup group meeting per week. And the way you can find the groups is to click on Find on the top left. All right, and then you see I've got that circled, and then also on the right I've got calendar circled. Okay? You can click on that, and it'll show you like where the next group meetings are going to be at. Now you could, it'll show by default the Meetup groups which you belong to and your interest. All right, but you could also view upcoming Meetup groups, all right, by clicking on the see it says 60 meetups in your groups. By clicking in there, also on the right of that it says 659 meetups nearby. Clicking on there and modifying your miles or radius to see who, what, where is close to you. You could also add in a key search like business for meetups related for a specific keyword. And then once you find the one you want to do, then you just click on DIY Marketing Studio for more information about the and to possibly sign up for a group if you're not in it. If you're not in the group, it's going to say join and reserve. Respond. If you are in that group, it's just going to say RSVP. So you click on RSVP and, to join a group, etc. Now, here's some tips when you're physically at a Meetup meeting. And this is very important, and I need you desperately to make sure you have your pen and paper handy, because what I'm going to go over now is going to really make a big difference in your closing ratio. You always want to let the other person talk first. So just simply ask them, tell me a little about yourself. And then, if it's a business-related group, you want to ask them, do you need referrals? If they say yes, you ask them who would be your ideal referral, and then when they're done, you say to them, when I see someone like that, I will refer them to you. Now again, the key critical thing of the whole introduction is to build and getting them to tell you about themselves first. All of you have read, if you're in my coaching program, the module 1, which I went over extensively, the law of reciprocity. When you ask a person to tell you about themselves first, they are going to say to you, you're building a bond now, and they're going to say to you, John, what do you do? Most of the insurance agents respond with, I'm in the insurance business, I'm a financial planner, etc., etc. Don't be like everybody else. If you're at these meetings and they give you 30 seconds in front of a group, the whole group, to tell you about themselves, then you could say I'm a financial planner, I'm in the insurance business. But when you're face to face, this is what you want to say. So write it down for a moment. Okay? If you just sell life insurance, you want to say, I am a wealth creator specialist. I help individuals like you retire years before you thought you could. Would you like me to show you how? God, I love doing this. And if you're selling P&C, automobile insurance, say, I am a stress relief specialist. I take the worry away that people like you have when you wonder whether or not you are 100% covered on your automobile insurance. I am sure that you will agree with me that the last thing you need is to submit a claim and find out you are not covered. I have a free 15-minute analysis that will show us if you're adequately covered. Or you could say, show you the gaps you have in your coverage. And then you just simply say, would you like to see the gaps you have in your coverage? So it's important that you do this. Really important. Now, I'll leave this on for a few minutes. Not a few minutes, because it's going to take a little longer than that. But I'll just I'll leave it on for a count of 5. And again, you're going to get a copy of the recording. So, you can always stop it and pause it and write this stuff down. I guarantee you, if you memorize this, what you want to do is put this, by the way, onto a Word document and put it in the create a Ken Varga folder on your desktop and put this in there. Put in the information that we went over before, all right, on the welcome message, and call it Meetup Welcome Message naturally. But let me say this to you. If you're having difficulties in creating this introduction, I'll help you create it. Just send me an email at Ken, K-E-N-P-B-G, Peter Boy Girl, at AOL.com. Write it down. It's on the bottom right. And we'll arrange a convenient time for a phone call, and I'll show you exactly how to create it. Now, what are the benefits, all right, of using Meetup? Number one, it's an inexpensive way of building your pipeline and building your database. your community. You're going to have more prospective clients by joining groups and sending out new connections. Systematic way of doing lead generation. It increases in referrals from your new connections. All right, just listen to this here a minute because it's very, very important. All right, without prospecting people, you're not going to be in business for too long of a period of time. It always aggravates me within the insurance industry itself. They bring you aboard, they ask you to make a list of 100 people that you know, but they never teach you how to prospect. That's one of the reasons my coaching program is so successful. But according to the subscribers in my coaching program, listen to this, they're getting 6 to 8% response rate on this welcome message. So for every 100 messages you send out, if you send out 10 a day, that's every 10 days. So over a 30-day period of time, you're going to get 18 to 24 new prospects to talk to about your products. It's found, I mean, like I said, I wish that I had this here when I was creating my 6 million customers, because it would have made life so much easier. And everything I teach everybody in my coaching program now, I mean, it's just phenomenal. But here's a little bit about the coaching program. Every month you get a new module where it's a new strategy that you just implement. You want to download it, you want to print it up, and you want to download it into the Ken Varga folder that you're going to set up. You have monthly calls that we have, where every month I go over new ideas and or questions that the members might have. For example, last month one of the members wanted to know how to break into the female market, because one of my companies that I had was I insured over 1,900,000 nurses throughout the United States, and over 80% of them were females. All right, you also get a link to download the coaching calls after they happen, so that you don't have to be on the call, because we know how busy you are. And if you can't make the call and you got questions, all you need to do is email. But here's the information on it. You're going to be very, very surprised. It's only $20 a month. And I want to tell you this. I mean, you probably tip more than $20 a month. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to guarantee you that after you sign up and you get your first module, if you don't feel it's worth $20, please let me know and I'll return the $20 to you. But I'll show you additional ways of creating 10 to 20 new prospects. So after you sign up, we'll arrange a phone call, and I'll go over a new concept with you individually via the phone to create 10 to 25 new prospects per month. So to sign up, go to www.buildyourpracticefast.com. So write that down, www.buildyourpracticefast.com. And it explains everything, and it shows everything of value there.